how that works.
So how is the dynamic going to work?
Ominous. Well, I mean, we've from the start, even with our celestial characters in this show, we've tried to work under the notion of making it relatable and making it like a real family. There's a lot of like other things that go on within that family, but so there's some unresolved stuff between mum and her sons, but at the heart of it, she's still their mum. Yeah. So we find, and we've not experienced that in the show yet, where there's kind of Lucifer experience real love, unconditional love, which is a bit of a curveball for him.
Yeah, it definitely has, as mothers do, have a tendency to bring out maybe a side of their children that they don't show sometimes to other people, and how they relate to each other. And there's also going to be you have a personal relationship, individual relationship with each one of your children. Meanwhile, still having a group relationship as well. So it's a fun dynamic to work with. I worked with Tom first, and I hadn't even met DB. I hadn't even met him because he wasn't up there yet. And then but I think it was good because the first time I had a scene with him was him alone, him and I, as opposed, and we had a scene alone together for the first time, as opposed to it's the family scene. Instead, we kind of got to work on our individual relationships first, before we had a group scene.
Full group therapy.
So when do we first see your character? How are we introduced to her?
In the first episode, but you definitely get to know. I mean, it's not teased throughout the entire season of who she is. Is she there? We do meet her in the first episode, and you really get to understand who she is and what she wants in the second episode.
Or so she says.
The scripts are so sharp. Do you just react like you can't believe what you're getting to say every single episode?
Yeah, I mean, our writing team were amazing, and I think one of the things I love about it is that they really love the show as well. And I think certainly writing the character of Lucifer for them from the start was a bit of a muse as a writer. It's kind of, oh my god, I've got this opportunity to have a character to say what he wants to who he wants, and all of these kind of these gifts basically. But the standard of the writing on the show has been something that's, it's something that we wanted to keep from the pilot, because the original pilot script, the original character that was realised by Tom Kapanos, who writes these characters so brilliantly. We wanted to keep that voice going, and our writers have just latched onto it and run with it really, and the show's really evolved, and we've got a very creative floor that we, when we're at work, it's not always as scripted. We throw stuff in, when it feels right, and it's a very sort of collective sense of creativity.
Can you talk about working with DB? That relationship
Hate
between
it.
the two of you
Hate
is so fantastic.
He's great. We do have a lot of fun because we do love each other dearly off screen. So it is fun to have spats with people when they're your mates. But not just DB, like the rest of the cast. We are a bit of a family, and we all really like each other, and that really helps. And we have a lot of fun doing the show. We don't. The show doesn't take itself too seriously, which I think is a big saving grace of it. And I think as a group and within the crew as well, we take our work seriously, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. It's a great place to go and be creative.
Coming in second season is sometimes very daunting to join a show because it's already a well-oiled machine, and you just don't know how you're going to fit in. But I was immediately embraced, immediately felt, made to feel comfortable, and then you're past all that, and you can just focus on the work. And so it was a real pleasure for me to come into the show.
It was a pleasure for us to have you.
How do you feel about how big the fandom is? Like, this is a fan-made camp.
Wow, is that...
You can keep it now, didn't you?
You have one.
I do. I can't levitate it right now for you. Obviously, when you do anything like this, you want people to watch it, you want people to respond to it, and you hope they respond in a positive way, and because it doesn't always happen like that, believe me. And I think there was there was a slightly nervous element to, certainly from my side of things, about how it would be received, because I knew the name of the show might get in the way of people's feelings about the show. But I think the nicest thing is that when people have watched it, one, they've gone, oh my god, I can't believe it's this funny. And it's like, I didn't expect it to be that. I think they were expecting something that's kind of like ominous and dark. And we have elements of that. But, you know, like I say, the humour was always a real attractive thing for me in the first place. It was like, I want to do something that's fun. And we can tell a story that does resonate at times, but it's still fun. And it's entertaining for our audience. And that's been our sort of, you know, our objective from the start. And so the fans catching on and going for that, it's just like, oh my god. Yeah. And coming to Comic-Con last year was amazing. It was the first time I'd ever been, and the show hadn't aired, and they screened the pilot, and people were laughing in the right places.
I was in the room for that. I dragged my friends because I've been a fan of yours since Miranda, and I'm like, we have to go see this. I'm really curious about it. And we went in, and 10 minutes in, they're like, oh my god, what is this? Yeah. This is amazing. I cannot.
I'm not taking it. I'm sorry taking it back. Okay, thanks, Tom.